These explorers thought this day would be like every other successful exploration day. However, what they didn't know was that they were about to experience one of the most terrifying situations. It all began on April 4th, 2023. Charles, known for his channel Tanner Charles, where he documents his thrilling adventures chasing tornadoes, embarked on an exciting storm-chasing trip to Lewistown with his friends. Little did they know, they were on the verge of encountering a much more dangerous situation than they had anticipated.
Yeah, that's a tornado. The tornado's on the ground right there.
Yeah, dude, we are here, going south.
Going south.
This is going this way. We're not going to be
We can cut over.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yep. Here you go. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Tornado reported south of Lewistown. Intense cone tornado.
Nice and easy.
1 mile till we get to fields, 1 mile. So just up this valley and we should be able to see this tornado. Yeah, okay, here we go.
Is that it right there? Or wait, no, it's over here on the right. Yeah, it's right here on the right. That's it right there on the right. That's it right there. Coming right at us. We are immediately downstream of it.
Slow down a little bit. Your turn's coming up here.
Turning right or what?
Yeah, so keep on going. It's gonna be left. Right here. This is the gravel road right here.
It's on the ground.
Okay, it's down.
It's down. We got a debris cloud.
Okay.
Oh, wow, my gosh.
Woo!
Holy shit.
What's going on?
We gotta go east.
Tanner, be cognizant. It's coming towards us.
Where are we going?
East.
Did you go this way?
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta go. We're actually fine. It's gonna go straight. It's gonna go south of us.
Hold on.
So now we're going north.
Yep. And our escape route's north right now.
Yeah.
And it's okay, Riley. It's okay. Our escape route's
These winds
north.
don't make it seem like it's okay right now.
I get it. I get it. Yep.
Oh my gosh! Oh! Holy! Lord Jesus, please protect us in the name of Jesus. Oh! Fudge. Get over.
Window up. Window up. Window up.
Oh! Fudge. Get over.
Window up. Window up. Window up.
Guys.
Okay. Okay, we're okay. We're okay.
Dude, I don't know where that tornado is right now. I don't like it.
I don't like that either.
A powerful tornado formed, and they set off in pursuit, only to encounter the menace of downed power lines. The sight was so terrifying that it sent chills down their spines. Little did they know, this was just the beginning of a much more serious situation awaiting them.
Holy shoot. I don't like this.
Roll up your window. Roll up your window.
Roll up your window!
No, hold on. I'm looking. It's gonna.
We are freaking in the tornado. This is literally what. Oh God.
This is terrible. Thank you, Jesus, for protecting us in the name of Jesus. And I thank you that you're gonna protect us right now in the name of Jesus.
Please, dear Lord. We are in it. Please, Lord.
Please, Lord. Please, Lord.
Dear God. Please, Lord. Dear Lord. Please. In your please, Lord. Please. Please. Help them. Help them. It's done. Please, Lord, have it be done. Please, God.
tornado, Scott. We need to figure out how we're gonna be safe. Come on. We have to be proactive now, okay? So calm down. Let's figure this out together.
Careful, there is glass everywhere.
The tornado swept through the area, passing directly over their car and leaving it damaged. Once the storm finally subsided, they evacuated the vehicle, feeling overwhelmed by the miracle of their survival. Though they had suffered minor injuries, such as cuts from the shattered glass, they were still deeply grateful to be alive. Similar to these ones who faced a natural disaster, the next ones also encountered a crisis.
We just relinquished all sense of control over the situation. All we could do was just be spectators in this.
Alex and Emma, a British couple known for their YouTube channel Travel Beans, have been exploring the world together for over 10 years, enjoying all kinds of travel from backpacking to van life. However, in May 2022, they decided to embark on an intriguing van camping trip in their newly purchased van, unaware that they would soon be faced with unexpected events.
We were on our way home, we were about 5 minutes away from our Airbnb, and I looked down and there was smoke right by my feet. So I yelled at Emma to pull over instantly.
Yeah, luckily there was a very easy place on the side of the road, just like a few meters ahead, that I just swerved and pulled into straight away.
Basically, I opened the door and there were already flames there at the door. So I jumped out, and at this point I looked to the right and there's a guy running with a fire extinguisher, so he must have seen that the vehicle was already on fire. At this point I look back and the van is in flames, but Emma is still in the van. I don't think you realised how serious the whole situation was at that point.
So at this point I knew there was smoke, and I guess I just assumed it was coming from the engine and kind of making its way into the cab.
Yeah, so I was shouting at Emma to get out of the van instantly. That image of the van being on fire and Emma inside will probably stay in my mind for a very long time. It's something that keeps getting replayed.
What have we got in there?
This man was an absolute hero.
The couple was shaken with fear as they witnessed the flames and smoke grow larger by the second. Confused about what to do next, they decided to take action.
And did the same to try and find some shelter.
Run!
Oh my god!
What do we do?
Oh my god! Oh my god! What the f do we do? What do we do?
I don't know.
Should we run down that way? Oh my god!
I think we're going to climb over here.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh god. So I'm just
Okay.
gonna go.
Run.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Well, that's an old truck.
Oh my god. Oh. Are we safe here?
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on if it has the propane tank or not.
Once
We're safe.
Has anybody called 911?
No, we just ran out. Someone came with a fire extinguisher, and then
So this just happened.
just happened. We were driving it
Okay.
2 minutes ago.
Call 911.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Oh god. We're safe.
Has anybody called 911?
No, we just ran out. Someone came with a fire extinguisher, and then
So this just happened.
just happened. We were driving it
Okay.
2 minutes ago.
Call 911.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Oh god.
The fire department arrived incredibly quickly, within just a few minutes. Unfortunately, the fire spread so rapidly that significant damage had already been done. After what felt like an eternity, they finally managed to bring the fire under control. Sadly, the van was damaged beyond repair, and this raises the question of what could have caused this fire.
Down by my feet. Oh. And So we pulled over instantly, and I opened the door, and there was flames by my feet. I had to jump out, and there's this moment where I jumped out, turned around, and I could see flames around the car, but Emma was still inside. So I'm shouting at Emma to get out, but I don't think I'm gonna get those images out of my head for a long time. That said, my brain keeps overriding and feels this crazy sense of relief that we're both safe, and we hadn't even moved in. We're gonna move in 2 days' time.
That's so much gratitude.
We're in the middle of filming a moving into the van video, and instead it's the end of van life, and it's really the end of van life.
Although this was a horrible experience, they were lucky to have survived it, and it is an incident they would live to never forget. Although these campers knew the danger they would face if they remained in the van, the same cannot be said for the next one.
I just woke up. It's like 2 a.m. and I just heard footsteps outside of the tent.
This is Preside, a YouTuber renowned for his chilling explorations as he documents eerie moments. However, in October 2024, he decided to take his adventures to a new level.
I'm gonna be camping overnight in the forest.
As soon as he arrived at the forest, the atmosphere quickly became unsettling.
Alright guys, I just got dropped off with all my stuff, but I was walking just barely with my stuff and I heard a giant crash over there, over in that direction. It literally sounded like a tree falling over. I don't know what that was. I just really hope there's not people in this forest. I'm probably gonna inflate my air mattress and set up my bed. I just heard sticks now. I'm not even kidding. It came from like over that way. Is that a gunshot? But once I lay down and my weight disperses, it's... Is that a gunshot? I literally think I just heard a gunshot. I don't know if that picked up on camera.
Even though he felt a little disturbed by the strange sounds he heard, he decided to brush them off and continue with his exploration plan for the day. However, as night fell and he decided to call it a day and retire for the evening, he was jolted awake by something unexpected.
Guys, I just woke up. It's like 2 a.m. and I just heard footsteps outside of the tent. Literally woke me up. It was so loud. They went away though. I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to go out and check, but I'm kind of scared too. I think we're going to go out and check. I might just walk around and look at the area. There's my bike. The footsteps came from like over here. They sounded like it was right here. My tent is right there. Guys, look at this. There's something floating right here. Look at that. That's cool. Whoa. Whoa, there's a moth attacking me. It's attacking my light. Yeah, I really don't know. Wait, guys, what is this? There's some sort of marking on the tree. It's kind of creepy. I wonder what that's for. It's so creepy over here, over this way. I'm gonna just walk around for a minute though, I guess.
After checking around to investigate the source of the disturbance and finding nothing, he decided to go back to bed. But what he didn't know was that the terror of the night was far from over.
Hello? sleeping here. I am not sleeping here. I'm shaking so bad. I'm packing my stuff and I'm getting out of here. I legit forgot I was recording that. I'm shaking so bad. Look at my hand. Look at my hand.
Fearing the unknown and what might be lurking outside his tent, he packed up his belongings and left the forest that night. Thankfully, he was able to leave the premises unharmed. Brace yourself for what you are about to see next. A group of travelers was exploring the wilderness on a safari road, hoping to spot animals in their natural habitat. However, things quickly took a turn when they encountered an unexpected obstruction.
Oh. Oh, mind first. Mind. Oh, right, mind your back.
It's for leverage.
What is that? No, that's not mine, is it? Well, mine behind you. Almost looks like looks like legs. Aren't they? Oh,
Get on. Oh, get on.
Did you spot that, Matt?
I saw it right there. I'm moving the trunk and thinking to myself, Jesus, the big.
Oh, stop videoing.
As they aimed to clear the fallen tree blocking their path, they suddenly came face to face with a massive elephant. Panic set in as fear of potential harm surged through them, prompting them to dash back to their vehicle. To their surprise, the elephant didn't charge at them as they had feared. Instead, it calmly turned and disappeared into the bushes, leaving them both relieved and in awe of the majestic creature. If you are still watching, please consider subscribing. As we delve into more disturbing encounters. On April 28, 2023, YouTuber Truckhouse Life, known for his solo camping adventures, set out on a camping trip. This time, however, he wasn't going alone. He brought along a friend. Little did they know, this trip had other plans in store for them.
So this morning, it was like 5:30 or 6 in the morning. I was sleeping and I felt the camper shake, and we're supposed to have a friend driving by on the highway right out here. And I thought it was my friend messing with me, trying to get in the camper and all that, and I just ignored him. I just didn't want to, I was sleeping. And all of a sudden I heard Max yelling outside, like, "Hey man, what are you doing? Get off there!" Like just screaming at him and like threatening the guy. And the guy was crazy. He had freaking socks on. He had no shoes, looked all messed up. And the dude was trying to break into this camper while I was sleeping in it. And I mean, we're out in the middle of nowhere. Like I have no idea where he walked from, Like, I have no idea at all. And turns out he had broken into Max's truck. He was sitting in the front seat. The front seat's all soaked. There's blood all over the floor. He started opening up Max's chips and stuff and eating his chips, and then he climbed in the porch and was trying to get in here. So anyway, Max and I kicked him out of here, and he walked up to the road and was trying to break into a school bus. There's a school bus going to pick kids up right up there on the highway, and the school bus is chilling right up there, and the dude was trying to break in. So the school bus guy called the cops. Man, so this is crazy. Some guy tried to break into my camper, and the cops are here now, obviously, and the cops just grabbed him. So, crazy way to wake up. That's exactly why I keep a shotgun in here. I thought I was gonna have to use the butt of the gun to hit him in the face or something if you get all crazy, but anyway, let's cook some breakfast.
Someone attempted to break into his truck camper. To confirm who it was, he peered through the window and saw a man trying to gain access. When the intruder couldn't succeed, he moved on to another vehicle. Unfortunately for him, the police were already alerted, and he was eventually captured and detained. Even though the experience left him rattled, he still managed to have a great time camping. If you think these are the only disturbing camping encounters, then you haven't seen this last one. In July 2016, YouTuber LPZ went on a camping trip, just like he had done many times before. However, he didn't realize that when night fell, what initially started as a fun escape from reality would soon escalate into something much more serious. At 2 a.m., he was jolted awake by the sound of wildlife. His suspicions were confirmed at dawn, although his overwhelming curiosity compelled him to step into his car for a better view of the animal. He couldn't summon the courage to go through with the plan because he was unsure whether he would be attacked by the lion. The lion roamed around his tent all through the night and even at daybreak. Eventually, the lion ventured into the wilderness, and he managed to leave the premises unharmed. This is definitely a night he would never forget.
On a camping trip, either in the woods or in a desert, you are never alone. You may never know what's keeping an eye on you alone in those camps, starting with 4 friends being chased by the anonymous creature. On May 26, 2010, 4 friends, Tom, Jeremy, Trevor, and Bradley, the video records them camping at the usual spot on the lake. This is the typical spot where this group of friends hang out together. Little did they know, it was their last time hanging out like this ever again.
Alright boys, this is Camping 2010 with Trevor and Jeremy and Tom.
What's up? That
I can't hardly see because it's really dark. I can't find the light on this thing, dude.
Hello.
It's just kind of, I'll see Trevor waving. Okay.
Here, I'll get my phone.
Let's see me get up and get the fire. So, oh. That's there he is, Tom.
We're gonna do some rope swing madness later, hopefully.
Jeremy, I can't see you, buddy, but he's somewhere. There's his leg. He's somewhere in that vicinity.
What would we do with the hot dogs? We need some hot dogs. I'm hungry.
I could go for some marshmallows, dude. For some awesome. It's our campfire. Centinela candles. You can't focus on those. I'm still trying to figure out this camera, dude. It's brand new.
Did somebody poop?
Not this guy. Sorry.
Trevor.
Jeremy.
Jeremy pooted.
He's just awake.
It probably is.
Bradley, holding the camera, notices something strange in the woods. The figure isn't visible, but its eyes are. Those aren't just normal eyes. They are glowing red eyes, piercing through one's soul, whoever stares at them.
Man, that smoke is killing my eyes.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
It's weird. Is this the sleeping quarters? Our candles.
Yeah,
keep our bugs off of us.
No tent because we're men.
No tent.
That's right, manly men.
We sleep beneath the stars. Discussing stars. That's right.
Man.
Is that a full moon?
Guys, what is that?
I think it is.
I think
full moon night.
What's what, Bradley?
Seriously, guys, there's something. I seriously saw something over there. Tom, did you not see it?
Dude, they were sitting there for like 2
Jeremy, Trevor.
Dude.
It was over there.
Dude, whatever, man.
Man, dude, put some little wilderness fire. I am not going to sit here with this thing.
I'm telling you, it was there for like 2 seconds.
Dude, it is probably
over there. Yes, right over there where you're shining the light in that area.
Over there. I've ever seen before.
Yes, there was, Jeremy. But Tom and I both saw it, dude.
It was probably a squirrel.
The cameraman zoomed in until he captured a clear version of it. He tried to convince his friends that he saw something, but except Tom, everyone tried to brush him off. They claim that it might be his delusion, but it wasn't. Bradley was in his full senses. What he just witnessed was something beyond paranormal.
I don't know, man. It's not a squirrel. What'd you say it was a squirrel? But
Okay.
A woodland creature.
Okay, what squirrel would look like that, Tom?
It's an animal. Okay, we're in the woods. Go figure.
Don't lose.
Hey, Tom, guys.
What? Oh my God!
What is that?
Oh my!
That's it. That's it. Oh my gosh.
What is it?
I don't know.
Oh crap! It's coming.
Oh my God!
Oh my
Get in, guys. Get in. Okay. Where's the keys? I don't know.
Seen it.
Where's
Tom at?
Where's Tom?
All right, dude. We got the ball
over there.
Come get you, dude.
Tom.
One witnessed those glowing red eyes. They knew they had to run. But while escaping that scary place, they forgot if everyone was together. Someone was left behind, and it was Tom.
Tom!
Guys, I'm over here. Are you alright?
Thank God. Are you okay?
Dude, I think I lost it. I don't know. I think it's right behind me. I'm not sure.
What is it, dude? What is it?
I don't know. I couldn't
You need
see
to-
what it was.
Jump. Come on, get in here with us.
You'll have to jump.
I cannot jump. This is too high.
Dude, if you don't jump, it's going to get you. You have to jump.
It's like, oh my gosh! Ah!
Come on, Tom.
Oh, swim, man.
Swim, Tom. Swim.
Oh my gosh, did you see it?
No, we've not seen it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Wait, what is...
Dude.
What is...
Oh my gosh, dude, did you see that?
Thank God you're true, man. That's the same thing we've been seeing.
That's it. Let's get out of here. Let's find out what that thing was. Dude, it's right up there, look. Sorry, man. Why does it keep
We gotta go, like, right now.
Oh my God.
Now. What? There it is.
Dude, do you see it? Do you see it?
No, hold on. Dude, if we get this on camera... There it is. That's it.
Dude, why does it keep chasing us?
I don't know. Oh my goodness. That is...
Dude,
oh my
I think it's about
gosh.
to jump in the water. Are you serious?
Oh my...
Tom had to jump in the lake to get to them quickly. He had no idea how he got up there. While they were just about to run out of those woods again, they noticed the red eyes still following them. And now its figure was quite visible too. It was a giant, and it was after them.
Gosh! Let's go! What the heck? It's chasing the boat, Tom! Oh my goodness. Go!
They activated their boat, but it looks like those eyes won't stop chasing them in their nightmare as well. With that being said, let's move on to our second scary camping encounter. On October 11th, 2022, this family was laying there in their tent, tired from setting the camp all day. They were wrapped in their blankets. The only sound around was of their own breathing. Suddenly, they felt something was watching them, a presence right outside the tent. With trembling hands, they dared to look outside, but chills raced down their spines. Staring at them through the thin fabric of the tent were two piercing, glowing eyes in the pitch-black darkness. They wanted to scream, but couldn't move. How is it possible to witness such glowing eyes when their tent was closed from everywhere? Soon, they realized it was a creature, but probably not from this world. For that horrifying moment, they were sure something far darker had found them, and they had to leave this place immediately. Moving on to our third camping encounter that is going to leave you on your edge. On November 1st, 2021, these two men sat by the campfire, laughing as sparks danced in the night. Their dog lay beside them, ears twitching. They were joking, talking about cavemen and lightning, the crackling flames lighting up their faces. But then, one of them froze, staring past the fire into the dark woods.
You gonna light up that fourth stogie?
I'm going for the fucking breaking records today, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I'm kind of greened out though, but the thought is appealing.
Mm-hmm. Flame with flame. Oh, I got my.
It's the purest way of lighting a cigar.
Mm-hmm. Light it in the campfire.
Oh, the cavemen used to fucking light their stoves back in the day.
Yeah, they didn't have fancy butane torches.
Oh god.
No, they had
primal lightning struck fires.
They held their stogies to the skies,
yeah.
and waited for Edison to strike.
You can just drag a girl to your cave by their hair and fucking breed.
Yep, just like the good old days.
Just like the good old days.
What was that? They were asking each other. Slowly, one of them turned, only to see two bright eyes staring back at them from the shadows, unblinking and silent. The dog was making eerie noises and looking in one direction only.
Just like the good old days.
Bear! Oh my goodness. She actually kind of does look like a bear.
Did
What?
you hear something?
No.
When is this blackout? Like, your imagination plays tricks on you.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, what the heck? Hold on. No. Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck is that?
What? I don't see.
What the fuck?
Wait, what?
Hey,
Are you
there's
okay?
something. What the fuck? Maroon? Like.
And in that instant they felt it. Something was watching, and it was getting closer. Let's move on to our fourth creepy encounter. On June 5th, 2017, in Near Bend, Oregon, this man, Jeff Kessler, decided to camp in the most calm forest there. He breathed in the fresh Oregon air with the scent of pine surrounding him and the joy of the first alone camping trip of the season. All around, the land was wide and silent, filled with the sounds of rustling trees and distant birds. But this beautiful scene was soon turning into his worst nightmare.
Alright, well, it may seem like a bit much, but here I am solo camping. This is Deschutes, Oregon. Well, close to Bend, Oregon. But this is BLM land, it's not in the city. A little bit off the normal traveled area, but I mean, you can tell people come back here and shoot stuff. I can hear people shooting right now over that direction. There's a popular shooting spot probably 3 or 4 miles that way. But for being secluded, this is one hell of a spot. I brought the 8-person tent, or the 6-person tent. I haven't pulled this thing out in a long time, so I thought first of the season I should pull that out, give it a go. See if it's all dried out and make sure it's clean. Might get a fire going later. Keep you guys updated. I'll make sure to include in the description how to get out here. It's kind of a cool spot for anybody who's interested. There is kind of a creepy little creation right there.
As the sun set over the trees, he admired the fading light. It felt like the perfect spot, separated from the worldly noise. Little did he know what he was about to encounter when it got dark.
Let's see. Somebody made a teepee. Then a bit more handmade. Looks like there's a little bit of a grave too. Crazy if I found a body. Well, there's a lot of flies. It's not gonna mess with it. Must have really wanted to dump their trash. Save a few bucks. Oh yeah. People dumping their trash over here. Filming this on that cheap Amazon camera costs about 70 bucks. And you see lots of them on there all by different companies and whatnot. But they're all the same camera, comes from China or Hong Kong or whatever. Anyway, look at this. Damn. They must have had their fire going inside of here. It's kind of eerie. Hope they don't come back for a seance or some sort of satanic meeting tonight while I'm camping. It's about that time. Sun is setting. No, I can't pick up too much of the color on this cheap camera, but it does pretty well in the light. And in the dark, I mean. But sun's setting, it's about 8 o'clock. Should be dark out here in less than an hour. Let me get a little bit over there through the trees. Beautiful night.
As darkness settled, he started hearing strange sounds. He lay in his tent, hearing footsteps. Someone or something was moving rocks just outside. His flashlight was left behind, and as he walked through the dark, something followed him. What might it be?
The fucking third time I've been woken up by these goddamn noises. Yeah, you can hear it. It's over from that side. Sounds right outside the tent. There's someone right outside the tent. That can't be. That gets us not fucking animal. That's someone's messing around with the rocks out there. Jesus Christ. Hey, leave me alone! What the fuck is going on out there? Flashlight. I can't see a goddamn thing outside this night vision. Jesus Christ. I don't know where the f I am. Fuck chased me off. I'm wondering. The goddamn darkness.
He was breathless, he was lost, and he whispered into his camera, "Leave me alone." Every sound in the darkness felt closer as he wasn't alone out there.
Fucking flashlight.
Was it an alien? Or some kind of ghost? What was there? His belongings were found, but he never returned. His last moments, a chilling mystery caught on tape. Is Jeff still alive, living in some other world? With these questions still tingling our minds, let's move on to our next scary camping encounter. On July 6, 2017, in the North Georgia woods, their group of friends decided to go on a wild camping trip. To make their evening memorable, they decided to light some firecrackers together. They laughed as a firecracker burst into the dark sky, its flash and lighting up the trees around them. "Happy 4th," they shouted, setting off another one, each louder than the last. Who knew that this was the last time they could laugh in a forest and be this reckless?
Yeah, let's send them off.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th indeed.
Light it up.
Are you an idiot? Watch out. That's pretty cool, man.
I wanted it to go up in the air, man.
It was still cool. Yeah. But
first. He's a farm animal. I don't like this. Good luck. What do you think it is? Come splash on. No. Whatever it is, I don't fucking see it.
But then, as they reached for the next firecracker, they froze. From the dense trees came a strange noise, a low rustling that didn't sound like any animal they'd ever heard. It grew louder, closer, like something heavy moving through the underground.
Should I throw a firework at it? Let's try to see what that is. What is that? Do you hear that? Do you hear that? What is that? Dude, what is that? We need to get the hell out of here. I'm not getting near that. I'm not getting near that. Dude, we gotta get the hell out of here. No.
One of them whispered, "Did you hear that?" They stood still, out of breath, and focused their flashlight into the shadows, and there it was, a dark figure wandering between the trees, moving too fast, too quiet. Was it a ghost? A spirit? A paranormal creature? What was that?
Run! We get the hell out of here. Oh yeah, get it! We need to get the car.
Go get it.
We need to get the car.
No, go see if it's injured.
We need to get the car.
Dude, this is Snap Gold. Go get it.
Should be kidding me.
Yeah, and then you got the phone.
Dude, what? Is it still there?
Go! No!
Run! Run! We gotta take the car. What the hell? What the hell?
They were panicked as they ran. They realized, whatever it was coming after them. With that being said, let's move on to our sixth scary encounter. On October 9th, 2015, a YouTube channel named Conspiracy Mysteries uploaded the footage of 4 lost campers who vanished that night. Their last 4 hours caught in the footage, a tape that was never supposed to be seen. It begins like any other night, around a campfire in the Arizona desert. But then, just after midnight, a flash split the sky. They would have never expected what they recorded. A creature that looks neither human nor ghost. It looked like a freaking alien, and it was about to come in their direction. The camera caught strange sounds. In the footage, it can be seen that the campers were panicked. They were trying not to breathe as those creatures were coming closer. And then it was just a blinding flash. No one ever found those 4 campers, but the footage was released, the last evidence of what happened that night. Were those campers taken away by the aliens? On April 9th, 2012, in Deep Woods, Tennessee, James Jones had only planned to shoot a horror movie, but what he captured that day was no act. 2 nights before, on April 7th, he'd set up a ritual circle as a prop, deep in the Tennessee woods. The circle was drawn from his research that he thought would add a creepy touch to his film, but what he recorded was not just a horrifying scene to grab everyone's attention. It was something real.
See that thing right there? It's creeping me out. I lived here for going on 7 years and walked 100 miles through these woods. Never seen that shape before right there. See it? It's got a funny head shape.
The next afternoon, as James returned to the site, he scanned the trees, his camera ready for a simple wildlife shot. But then, standing precisely where he'd marked his ritual circle, he saw something. A figure, dark and too tall to be a tree. No one would believe him, he thought. He hardly believed it himself.
See that thing right there? It's creeping me out. I lived here for going on 7 years and walked 100 miles through these woods. Never seen that shape before right there. See it? It's got a funny head shape.
The dark figure just stood there, staring at him, as if it wanted to eat him up alive. By sundown, he went back to check, only to find an empty clearing, as if nothing had ever been there. But he knew what he'd seen, and so would anyone who dared to watch his tape.
Was it here earlier? Yeah, no, it's not a stump. It's not a broken tree or whatever. I don't know. It looks like it's connected right there, but it's not. I've been over there 1,000 times. It's weird. See, I look some way. I don't know if I moved it.
Will anybody ever think of visiting this place after witnessing these footage? Those woods are haunted in broad daylight as well. With that being said, let's move on to our 8th horrifying camping encounter. On February 14th, 2009, this group of friends decided to camp in the Hidden Lake campgrounds. It was a quiet day by the campfire, with everyone laughing about the genius fisherman who couldn't catch a fish.
Look at the lovely fire we have here, with no fish on top of it.
Hardly any wood left.
Thanks to the genius fisherman here.
Food goes in there, huh?
That's
like the last job we have for our fire.
Camera boy.
We are going to be in trouble.
Okay, I mean, you're supposed to camera down. You're supposed to be Rambo, okay? You're supposed to catch a fish with your bare hands.
He's Rambo.
Okay. You know, Rambina, more like it. What was that, Rambo?
I'm gonna catch that. You hear that noise?
What was that?
I'm gonna catch that. You couldn't catch that if.
Then, they saw a strange creature sitting on the roof of their trailer, its long tail swinging slowly behind it. "What is that?" someone whispered, and everyone fell silent. Suddenly, the cameraman felt something breathing on his neck, cold and close.
Hi, dude, I got my knife right here.
Pocket knife.
What the hell? Mikey, get it. You guys are letting me there to die?
What was that?
Holy shit. No, it went back.
Nobody tells me. Everybody like steps out of the way and leaves me there. Hey, pocket knife guy.
It was so fast.
That thing was breathing on my neck.
I got whatever it was.
I could feel it breathing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but it went over there.
Oh God, it was like 2 inches tall.
Roll it. Did you get that?
Go in there, dude.
No, I ain't go. You go in.
No, you guys, let's see what it is first. Roll it back. Roll it back.
One of them gripped his knife, but before he could turn, it was gone. The laughter was gone too, leaving only the crackle of the fire and their nervous breaths. On the 26th of October 2022, this YouTuber, with a channel name of Creepy Outdoors, decided to visit the forest late at night. After setting up his camp and gear, he got up for a late-night walk in the forest.
Well, at least it'll be a lot easier to walk through here. Man, this place is so lonely. Imagine just being lost out here. It feels like this would never end.
He thought he was all alone, as there were no signs of any other campers in the woods, but his thoughts were about to bring him horrifying consequences.
Oh, hi. What the hell? I need to get out of here. Oh boy.
A voice out of nowhere that claims, "I see you." This man kept searching here and there, thinking that it must be some human pulling a prank on him, but he was wrong. There were no signs of humans nearby. So what was that voice? Who made that creepy sound to scare him off?
Ooh. Okay. That was creepy. I need to get out of here. Whew. Okay. Talking about Witchblair Project.
Some mysteries don't carry an answer along with them. Maybe that's what makes them more terrifying. Moving on to our next camping nightmare. On May 16th, 2017, a daring YouTuber decided to go alone in the woods at night to camp at some peaceful place. But this was probably the last time he would do that. He didn't notice when he came this deep into the woods. Seems like there was no turning back. There was a strange smell there. The smell of something dead.
There's something dead over here. It smells like something dead. God, it stinks.
The man had the strange feeling of someone watching him all the time, but out of curiosity, he started searching for the source of the bad smell. One can even find ghosts of the dead things here. Something was definitely off about the smell.
I'm by myself. In pitch dark. I have no light source. All I have is this night vision camera that I'm trying out. And I just came from back in there, which this light light source is not picking up very well. Thought it was going to be a lot better than that. I got back in there and I had to turn around because I couldn't see. I don't even have a flashlight. But as I was walking out, there was some commotion over here. So I came over here and it smells like a freaking dead animal. So I'm just scanning this tree line here to see if I can see anything. I haven't gotten any eye shine or anything.
The rustling sound of leaves, though the weather wasn't windy at all. It made the atmosphere more eerie all over the forest. But nothing remained the same when he encountered in the middle of the forest.
Whoa, the hell was that? Oh shit.
A ghost, a beast, or a shadow, or someone who was killing humans and animals in the forest. What was the white apparition? These camping encounters show us that the wilderness hides more than just wildlife. From mysterious red-eyed figures to creatures lurking just beyond sight. These stories remind us that some places are still untamed, holding secrets we might never understand. Whether it's a beast, a spirit, or something unexplainable, these eerie encounters caught on camera leave us questioning what truly hides in the dark.
That smell was fading, but now it's back.
Yeah, it's back again. I was just gonna say that.
Right?
Yeah.
It smells weird. I don't know.
Homicide.
Okay. So somebody was murdered here.
The hell?
Come on, for real. What was that?
Camping is meant to be peaceful, but some trips turn into nightmare. On September 14th, 2020, camping alone in the English woods seemed like a perfect escape for him. The night started peacefully. He set up his second-hand tent, cooked dinner on his twig stove, and enjoyed the calm of the forest. But everything changed at 3 a.m. Everything is about to be his worst nightmare.
Inside the tent, and there's something that I've realised what I didn't when I first set the tent up. There's some holes. I've got 1, 2, 3 holes here in the top of the tent, and if it does rain, well, that's.
He was shaken awake by the sound of footsteps crunching the dry leaves around his tent. At first, he thought it might be a wild animal, but the movements were slow and uncomfortably close. Then came the obvious pulling at his tie-out points, as if someone or something was testing the tent's structure.
I don't know if it's going to be a long-term fix, but at least for tonight, it'll be alright, I think. There we go. Give the tent a good rub. There we go. I'm just going to have a quick look over, see if there's any more that I do need to cover up before I decide to get into my sleeping bag. You see, that's the problem with buying second-hand tents. You just don't really know what condition they're in until you get hold of them. I'm not going to say I'm disappointed. It's only 3 little holes, but it's temporarily sorted at the moment anyway. Temporarily sorted. Yeah, I couldn't see no more. I think I'm going to have to sort this tent out properly if I want to use it a lot more on the channel. Right, I'm going to get myself sorted out. I'll bring you back in a bit. Just being woken by something that seemed to be walking around my tent a bit. And it's woke Dan up as well, because Dan's just messaged me. You know, the guy lines that he pull out, something I felt, no, not, I don't know, it's just, it woke me up so quick. Raining as well. It just seemed like something just bumped into the tent, and it was like, sort of like walking around a little bit. Now if I were by myself, I'd be a little bit more nervous, let's say. I get there's wildlife and things like that.
He sat frozen, barely breathing, listening to the footsteps. The eerie silence of the woods was making everything way more scarier. Moments later, there was a loud thud against the tent, as though a heavy hand had slapped the fabric. His phone lit up with a message from his friend, but the signal was too weak to send for help.
No. I don't know. See, there it is again.
Determined to stay calm, he whispered that it was just the wind or an animal. But deep down, he knew it wasn't. The footsteps continued to circle. Slowly, he held his sleeping bag tightly, praying for it to stop.
Channel. Right, I'm going to get myself sorted out. I'll bring you back in a bit. Just being woken by something that seemed to be walking around my tent a bit. And it's woke Dan up as well, because Dan's just messaged me. You know, the guy lines that he pull out, something I felt, no, not, I don't know, it's just, it woke me up so quick. Raining as well. It just seemed like something just bumped into the tent, and it was like, sort of like walking around a little bit. Now if I were by myself, I'd be...
Morning eventually came, with a little rain. Whatever had haunted him that night was gone. Packing up his gear, he told himself it must have been wildlife or someone lost in the woods, but as he looked at the damp ground outside his tent, there were no footprints, just the eerie memory of the night before.
People, I don't know what was going on last night outside his tents, but I'm just going to try to forget about it, to be truthful. I'm alive, it was not bad, take it. I don't know, could have just been somebody walking around trying not to disturb us, something like, I don't know, something like that. This tent needs a lot of work to it. The zip's broke now on the door. It's just, it don't feel like it's waterproof. So I'm gonna have to sort the zip out and then really look after it, give it a fab seal, reseal all the seams on the inside. If I'm gonna use it more, I'm gonna have to take care of it.
What had walked around his tent? He'd never know. With this eerie footage coming to an end, let's move on to our next disturbing camping encounter. On December 29th, 2024, it was the scariest night of their lives while camping in the haunted forest. Angelo and Frank set out for a camping adventure in the haunted woods. Armed with cameras and determination, they weren't ready to face the chilling encounters waiting for them.
That smell was fading, but now it's back.
Yeah, it's back again. I was just gonna say that.
Right?
Yeah.
It smells weird. I don't know.
Homicide.
Okay. So somebody was murdered here.
The hell? What the hell was that?
Something's coming. That sounds really big. Okay, there's definitely something moving back there.
Okay. Whoa, wait. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Who is that? Hello?
Okay, that was a flashlight. Nope. No, thank you.
As they approached a quiet river, an unbearable smell filled the air like sulfur and poop, as Angelo claimed. The eerie scent kept increasing throughout their exploration, but something way more disturbing was about to happen.
I don't know what the hell that smell is.
It's not enjoyable, that's for sure.
No, I'm trying to figure it out. It kind of smells like somewhere between poop and sulfur.
yeah, a little
right? Like not quite sulfuric, but also not quite poopy. It's like somewhere, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like somewhere in between. So we're back at this river that we have not been to in quite some time. And we kind of had to come and investigate because something weird kind of happened. Apart from, you know, the times that we came here, obviously, which was a long time ago, and we found some weird stuff over here. And couldn't really explain it, but that was a long time ago. So we haven't been here since. By the way, I do have Frank with me right now. He's manning the camera.
Hello.
And basically, we have some friends. They came here to fish. So
by the bridge, Frank reported a figure flashing a light. Angelo had noticed the same, but on the opposite side of the river earlier. They had a horrifying realization. There wasn't just one figure, but two, stalking them from both directions.
Down that way. Bit of a fun fact. If I'm not wrong, these are goldenrod flowers. The hell? What the hell was that? Okay. If I'm not wrong, that tree was just shaking. What the? Okay, we're gonna keep going this. Whoa. Hello? Somebody there? Okay. Okay. Whoa, wait. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Who is that? Hello? I'm not sure I want to go that way now. I am not sure. Okay, we are going to go back. I'd rather be with Ange and have somebody with me. Here you go.
1, 2. Oh, there we go.
Is it on?
Two streams. 2 simultaneous streams. Okay.
Okay.
So,
what happened to you?
There was like somebody out there like flashing a light or something.
Shut up.
Like multiple times. It almost looked like they were taking a picture.
Dude, I just went through that down there. That's why I'm facing that way with the flashlight right now. By the bridge.
Really?
Yeah, same thing. They were like, they kept coming closer. I kept backing off.
Yeah.
I kept asking them, you know.
They stayed down there though?
I mean, I've got to here and kind of just
Yeah.
been facing that way just to make sure nobody's coming up my back. That's why I kind of got startled when you were walking this way. But there's definitely somebody down there by the bridge. 100% there's somebody. That same thing.
Like,
they were flashing. They were.
I wouldn't have made much of it if it was just like one dude down off in my direction, but the fact that there's somebody else doing the exact same thing down in that direction
100%,
is really weird.
100% down in that direction.
I mean, what if we like...
Do you want to go back and see if...
I mean, we can check.
With every step, the forest seemed alive. Angelo's flashlight caught rustling bushes, and Frank heard faint whistles as if someone were guiding them into a trap. A glowing light appeared near the quarry ahead that was unnatural. As they approached, it suddenly disappeared into the trees, leaving them regretting their choices.
2 people on either side doing something.
Which would make sense why whoever you said came fishing or whatever heard it one side and then the other side. Maybe it was just, maybe these people are communicating to each other just to like screw around with people. I don't know.
Possible.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like something really, really weird is going on.
I just don't want to end up in the river floating with the fishes.
I feel that. All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
All right. So we are currently in a field, as you can see. Very tall, grassy field, probably full of ticks. And remember, guys, ticks are dicks.
Yeah, don't take them off.
Yeah, really don't take them off. So basically what we're doing out here at the moment is we're heading to a quarry. So apparently there's like a driveway somewhere down there, and that'll basically lead us right into this abandoned quarry. And Frank was here with a few people one night, and you saw something in the sky.
16 different lights just moving in weird movements and stopping. Like there was no explanation for these movements.
That literally makes no sense.
Yeah, like some of them were even going like diagonal, and it was weird.
Yeah.
It's really, really weird and cool at the same time. But none of us dummies at the time, because we were all just baffled, took out our camera to record this. So let's hope that tonight we catch something. Yeah. This
Either
would
way,
be great.
it's an adventure nonetheless.
Yeah,
so.
it's gonna be a fun little walk.
Yeah. Here, hold that. So yeah, we're gonna hike on in there.
Things escalated when strange movements were spotted in the clouds. Lights darted in irregular patterns, making loops and sharp turns. Then came a loud splash in the water. They froze in fear while observing the area. There were no fish here, so what could have caused it? The smell of sulfur returned, more pungent than before.
Clouds are moving?
I mean, if that doesn't look like it's moving to your eyes,
I mean, it does.
Then I might be seeing things.
I'm trying to debunk this. I don't even know what the fuck
like
I'm
now it looks like
seeing
it's going down versus to the side.
Yeah. Can you hear this for a second?
Yeah.
That's weird as fuck.
Okay, I'm glad we're out here and something's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, down there through the clouds. You see the lights going through the clouds?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but
Well,
oh yeah, you
if
can.
If these are in fact UFOs, then it's kind of cool that for once somebody actually caught it on good quality.
Yeah, it's not all blurred out.
It's not all like some bullshit, right? Here, let me set this back to auto. So with auto, that's pretty much all you're getting. But yeah, change it. I don't know. I mean, they could just be stars, because I could see them like really clear in the screen.
Are they moving at all by any?
It's hard to tell. Doesn't look like it. I think those are actually just stars. But whatever we were seeing in this area is gone now. I mean, we'll wait a little bit and see if it shows back up. But yeah, that was kind of strange.
Jumped in the water.
Something jumped in the water?
Mm-hmm.
This is getting a little strange.
On their way back, Angelo claimed that they could have walked kilometers, but the end felt further away. Even the camera batteries ended mysteriously fast, leaving them feeling vulnerable to whatever creature was present there. By dawn, they made it back, shaken with fear, but alive.
Cool to share. But yeah, we'll get to that as we kind of get a little closer to our end zone, I guess. Well, we made part of the trek back, about 40 paces or so. I'm just gonna always say it like that.
So clear in the
sky. But yeah, the
right
sky
now.
like really cleared up, so we're still keeping an eye out. I mean, you got a good like kilometer and a half to get out of here anyways. So one of the things I wanted to mention.
The video ended with a warning that this place didn't want them there. If you're brave enough, come carefully. With that being said, Let's move on to our next piece of footage. On July 28th, 2022, in the Arizona woods, Doug and Glenna headed to the Coconino National Forest for a quiet weekend of dispersed camping. Their campsite was far off the actual path, on the side of a dead-end forest road, surrounded by the stillness of the woods, and as creepy as it sounds.
We moved campsites.
So really, was absolutely no reason for someone to come from there.
And at the time we were like, maybe it was an animal.
You know, our goal is to be somewhere where we don't see people.
And then all of a sudden we just hear like distant music that keeps getting closer and closer. To me it sounded like somebody playing music from their phone.
Yeah, phone or like a personal speaker. We already had hiked down that road to do the geocache, and there was, no campsites, no people, and the road just dead ends. Well, it's Saturday morning here in Coconino National Forest. We got up here last night, but it was in the dark, and we are maybe 4 or 5 miles back on some forest roads, and found a quick spot to pull in. We may...
After a big storm, they relocated to a new campsite and settled in for dinner. As the darkness crept in, the dog suddenly growled. A deep, serious growl directed at something in the shadows.
Decided to move camp last night. We got to our new site around 9. Right around dusk, right after the big storm kind of blew over. We were finishing up eating dinner and just sitting inside the camper, and the dogs kind of were looking outside and growled at, like their mean growl at something. And at the time we were like, maybe it was an animal. We didn't see anything.
Moments later, faint music drifted through the trees. It seemed distant at first, like someone playing music on a phone or speaker, but no one else was supposed to be there. The sound came closer, then stopped abruptly, only to start again, even closer this time.
Kind of hard to see. And then not too long after, Doug was just outside, and we heard music playing in the distance, and we thought it was really odd because there's no other campsites around us. We didn't see anybody come down our road, and it was just strange. And then we kept hearing the music kind of getting closer, like it was walking to the side of us, but like closer. I don't know. It was weird. We got sketched out, so we moved, and now we're here, and it's really pretty. The dogs are running. The other thing about the music was you would hear it, and then it would stop. And it was like someone, to me it sounded like somebody playing music from their phone.
Yeah, phone or like a personal speaker.
The couple scanned the area but saw nothing. The forest was pitch black, with no signs of a flashlight or other campers. Their unease grew as the pattern continued, music playing for a few seconds, then silence, then closer again.
And it was like butt rock or country music playing. And it would play for like maybe 40 seconds, and then it would stop. And the next time it would play, it would sound like it was closer, and then it would stop again. Like it was just weird. Like the first time we heard it, we thought maybe somebody was singing really loud, like further away. But then when we started hearing it get closer, we were just like, that's weird, because there shouldn't be anybody else by us. And then the dogs barking and growling into the dark abyss, kind of.
Doug and Glenna decided they couldn't stay any longer. They packed up quickly and left the eerie site behind. The experience still haunts their minds. Who or what had been walking near their camp in the dark without a light, guided only by strange, haunting music? Let's move on to our next disturbing encounter. On March 26th, 2022, there were creepy sounds in the woods that turned into a camping nightmare. That night, The woods were silent except for the occasional rustle of leaves. It was supposed to be a peaceful solo camping trip, but everything changed after dark.
Silver birch. All that. Ah, look at her. All snuggled up. Don't think you're sleeping on that sleeping bag, mate. That's mine. Now we're just going to chill out for a bit. Maybe listen to some music. Oh, that's it.
Around 12:30 a.m., he started hearing strange noises around the campsite. It sounded like something, or someone, was moving just around the firelight. Each step was very obvious, but no figure could be seen. The only light came from the lit campfire and the small torch in hand, which barely made it possible to see in the darkness.
Low. Medium. High. And then you hold your finger on it for turbo. Not bad that, is it, for a tenner? I'll just keep it hooked on me knife. Just thought we'd come out for a little bit of a wander in the dark. No, can't see out. Hold on. Pitch black. Oh, sorry. Gonna see if there's. I had some kids earlier just running about, messing about. So if I find them, I'm gonna put me little blue lights on. Do this. Walk through woods going woo 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 woo. Come on, mate. Right then.
The noises grew louder. A sound resembling heavy breathing or low growls echoed from the trees. The thought of foxes came to his mind, but these sounds were deeper, more horrifying than just an animal. As the fire dimmed, the tent seemed to tremble as if something brushed against it. Looking out, nothing moved. There were only shadows of big trees.
I think that's about enough excitement for one night. What do you think? It's bedtime. Unless all happens during night, I'll see it morning.
By morning, the woods were calm, but the experience left an unease that couldn't be shaken. Were the sounds just animals, or was something else wandering in the darkness, unseen? With that being said, let's move on to our next piece of footage. On January 22nd, 2022, a YouTuber with the channel name 401 Files, alone in the middle of nowhere, was setting up his bivvy bag when things started going wrong. Little did he know, it was just the start of his worst nightmare.
I've had the worst 3.
All of a sudden, he realized his phone was missing. He was panicked as he retraced his steps for miles, searching in the cold. He finally found it, but the battery was completely dead. Seems like someone had used it for quite a while. Using a small solar charger, he got just enough power to keep it on, but the eerie feeling stayed.
I was sat on the log drinking a coffee, talking about how I was going to find somewhere to throw down the bivvy tent or the bivvy bag. I put my phone in my pocket, I got up off the log and I walked about 1.5 miles approximately to a location that I found. I went to pull my phone out of my pocket to tell you guys that I'd found somewhere for the night. No phone. No phone. My heart sank, obviously, and I panicked. Big. Like, I really did panic bad. I raced back with my kit on my back to the log where I'd been sat previously, hoping that the phone would just be laid down the side of the log somewhere, falling out of my pocket as I stood up. The phone wasn't near the log. I spent most of my time, a good 14 minutes, trying to convince myself that it's got to be near that log, it's got to be near the log. And it wasn't. It was a little bit away from the log, and I found it in the end, retracing my footsteps, but I wasted so much time. And then when I got my phone...
By almost midnight, eerie noises started coming from the woods. They were coming from all around, creaking trees, distant tapping, and strange rustling. His hands were too frozen to work quickly. Setting up the bivvy was a nightmare for him now.
The hope that I had was that on this light, there is a solar panel charger for an iPhone, or any phone that will connect. And so I've managed to scrape a little bit of battery life out of that solar power, solar battery panel, whatever you call it, up to about 13% battery. The noises now in this woods where I am, guys, are absolutely all around me. And I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't terrified right now. I could hike back to the car, I guess that is an option, but it would mean crossing that river again in the night, walking through the woods in the night. It seems more scary in my mind right now to move around than it does just to throw the bivvy bag down where I'm standing. So I think that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw the bivvy bag down and try and just weather this one out until the morning. I don't think I'm going to get any sleep at all. This couldn't...
He climbed inside the cramped bivvy bag, feeling trapped and vulnerable. The noises continued with soft taps and occasional howling winds that seemed closer than they should have. He was too scared to sleep, clutching the flashlight, finger hovering over the button to turn it on in an instant.
This couldn't have fucking worked out any worse. Any worse. I suppose the positives to take from this is that this thing has the little solar powered charger and the fact that I found my phone, but I'm in panic mode now, and I just know that I'm talking a lot of crap to the camera. I know that I'm probably mincing my words. My fingers are freezing, my phone in my hand is not steady, but you're gonna have to forgive me, guys. I just want to get this bivvy up. That's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to get the bivvy up. Where's my other clip? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ouch. Where the hell?
The night dragged on, every second feeling like a minute. The isolation, the dark, and the stories of strange creatures seen in these woods played tricks on his mind. He couldn't shake the thought. What if those stories about Dogman were true?
I am logical in the way that I think, but it's very difficult to think straight when you know all the things that have come from this place, all the stories of really bizarre, weird things that even I struggle to believe sometimes, like dogmen sightings. Everything that you've ever doubted, when you're here, you can somehow reason in your own head, well, it might be true. Well, actually, that makes sense. Yeah, that could exist. You know, when you're at home, in the safety of your own home, you might laugh that off and say, no, dogmen aren't real, they don't exist. But when you throw yourself in the location where people are seeing these things, or reportedly seeing these things, your brain will find reasons to make you think that, actually, they could exist. And that's always the worst thing about...
By morning, he was exhausted and regretted his choice of camping there. Camping in such a place alone wasn't worth the fear and anxiety. This wasn't adventure. It was more of a survival. Moving on to our next creepy footage. On April 19th, 2020, in Sun River Forest, a YouTuber named Noah set off on a camping trip. He thought it would be safe. A quiet night off a deserted road near Sun River, deep in the woods, where no one would find him. But he wasn't right about it.
I was originally not gonna make this video, just because I don't really have my setup or anything yet. But a few days ago, I was camping in Sun River, and what I thought would be a good location.
But as soon as the sun set, he awoke to faint sounds around his truck. Soft footsteps brushing against the gravel. At first, he thought it was just an animal. Then, he heard something scrape along the metal of his truck, slowly yet sharply.
Walking around for like 20 minutes already. My gun's in my cab, though. I don't really know what to do. I'm a little freaked out right now, and it's like pitch black outside, probably like 2 in the morning, and he just keeps walking around, and he's like really close to my truck. I've never been this scared, and like this doesn't make any sense because I parked somewhere where you couldn't see, no one was on that road. Which, he's touching my truck. He's literally touching my truck. How am I supposed to get him away? He's literally knocking. He's literally knocking on my truck. The canopy, the back door's locked. I've never been scared before ever. I don't think he knows that there's anyone in here. I'm so scared right now.
He dared to look out, only to see a shadowy figure, inches from his window, running a finger along the glass, peeking in as if keeping an eye on him. He held his breath, too afraid to move, as the figure kept moving around, scratching and dragging fingers down the sides. He knew it was not going to leave him alone at night.
I wish I brought my gun back here. He keeps walking around. I don't get it. I'm like, how is he not? I've noticed. Doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna try to see if he goes away eventually. We'll see. He's literally peeking through the door right now. I've never been this scared ever. So, the current time is 2:30 in the morning right now. He's still walking around my truck. I'm gonna try to see if I can flash my light to get him scared. So he runs away. There he is.
Morning light revealed the scary proof, smeared handprints, long scratches and deep marks around the doors where it had tried to get in. Whatever, or whoever it was, they hadn't just found him, they had tried to reach him.
So I'm back home. This is the day after. He was trying to peek in my truck quite a bit with all these marks. I didn't even notice until I got home. Handprints there, a lot of scratches, stuff like that. Dragging his finger on my side of my truck. Looks like to be trying to get inside my truck. That's really all I could tell from when he was walking around. That's new. Don't know how that got there. More handprints trying to get in my truck. At least the back canopy was locked, but yeah, that was the result. So that was probably the scariest camping experience I've probably ever had in my entire life.
What was it? Why was it trying to get in the car? It's hard for humans to make marks like that with their bare hands, so was it some paranormal creature? With these questions still in our minds, let's move on to our 7th piece of footage. On October 31st, 2022, this man, along with his friend, decided to stealth camp in Box Hill, UK. He parked his stealth camper in the secluded car park near Box Hill, Surrey. The night began peacefully with warm food and quiet countryside views, but he was alone for the night. And then, almost around midnight, the calm shattered. Strange noises echoed from the woods.
I don't think I'm going to be getting much sleep tonight. There are people about 100 meters away, blazing music out. At least some good songs anyway. And some people screaming. Wish me luck, everybody.
A mix of faint whispers and rustling, impossible to trace. Alone in the dark, every sound felt heavier, more deliberate. He tried to sleep, but the sounds kept terrifying him. It felt like something or someone was watching. At one moment, he froze, swearing he saw a figure in the trees. Everything got more horrifying when he heard a soft tapping on the van's windows, though no one was outside. The rest of the night was spent locked in. He was regretting his choice of coming to this camp at this point.
Oh, we're all up. Morning, guys. You probably wouldn't believe that it is actually 7:30 and it's pitch black outside. Decided to get the gas stove warmed up just to take the chill out the air and get a bit warmer because it's freezing. Right now it's 1 degree.
Morning light brought relief, but he couldn't shake the feeling that something sinister had joined him in the woods. Moving on to number 8 of our disturbing camping encounters. On March 9th, 2023, she was living her dream of spending a night in a van alone. Living in a van is an adventure, but some nights it feels more like a nightmare. That night in Columbia, South Carolina, she struggled to find a safe spot to park. After hours of searching and calling hotels with no luck, she ended up at a Hilton Garden parking lot. But was that a safe place for her?
I saw this Denny's that's open 24 hours, but then I noticed this Hilton Garden behind it. I don't know what the ratings are, but listen, I'm tired, so pretty sure I'm just gonna park there and leave Cracker Barrel for another night. And this Hilton Garden has plenty of parking, so it's about to go down. Also, there's another van, so that's kind of comforting.
It was around 10:15 p.m. when she parked, exhausted from driving. The parking lot was quiet, but she noticed security patrolling. She prepared to sleep, but stayed awake for a while, listening and watching. That's when it happened. A loud knock on her van door. What was it?
Okay, so even though I'm really tired, I usually stay up for a few minutes and just kind of listen to my surroundings and kind of peek out the windows, coverings like I just did 1 or 2 more times, just to like make sure that there's no one walking around or security rolling up on me or whatever.
and then I go to sleep. Everything's locked up and I'm ready for bed, but that's what I'll be doing for at least 1 or 2, 5 more minutes. Good night.
She froze. It had been just 5 minutes since she turned out the lights. Her heart raced as she peeked out to see a man in a security uniform. She rolled down the window and he told her parking overnight wasn't allowed. Not wanting to argue, she packed up and left.
Just a second. Hi.
Hey, you have a room?
I just pulled over just to go to the bathroom back here. I'm leaving.
Okay.
The knock shook her. It felt like someone pounding on her home's door in the dead of night. Her nerves were on edge and she was too tired to think clearly. Eventually, she found a spot at a quality inn, and despite its bad reviews, it was quiet.
In hundreds, and I mean hundreds, of hotel parking lots that I ever got the knock, and I hadn't even fallen asleep. I had just, like I said, just sat there and listened for a few minutes. It hadn't even been 5 minutes since I turned off the camera when I heard that knock. Now, normally, if it was like, I don't know, if it was in the middle of the night, I would probably not have answered because of safety and because they wouldn't have known that I was in there. But since they saw me pull up and park, then they were like, bro, no. That's the car that was parked behind me. So when I pulled up and turned and parked, that car was parked there with their lights on. But it's a regular car. It wasn't like a security car. So it looked like 2 dudes, which I couldn't really see, but it looked like 2 dudes in that car, in that regular car. So I thought it was just like people staying at the hotel. But that's interesting that they have security officers in their uniform, but in regular cars.
Quick editing note, the reason I immediately...
The next morning, she woke up safe, but the fear from that knock stayed with her. Van life may be free-spirited, but nights like that remind her it's not for the faint of heart. With that being said, let's move on to our next disturbing camping encounter. On September 15th, 2022, CJ Faison went for a paranormal investigation at Burnt Bridge. CJ Faison and Chris Baird spent a tense night investigating the infamous Burnt Bridge, known for its eerie paranormal activity. Around midnight, something chilling happened. While attempting to settle inside their van, the quiet was broken by the sound of the van shaking.
Come on, for real.
What was that? No. What's that? I don't want to see anything. It sounds like someone's like touching the outside of the van, right?
Sounds like they're like grabbing the handle. This is not how...
Shut the fuck up. I feel safer with my hood up too.
It felt like unseen hands were shaking it from side to side. Both men froze in fear, hesitant to check outside, convinced that something was trying to get in.
You know what is? I'm doing the back windows too.
You do the front one while you're up there?
Oh yeah, oh damn.
Hanging.
Put them all up. Oh man, I feel like slightly safer, and I'm glad that you're at the front door.
You'll have to jump over me.
Because whatever demon comes in here, if there's any demons, we welcome you inside the van.
No, we do not.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We summon you right now.
Go touch the bald guy. He wants a succubus to join him tonight in bed. I'm not looking at you, I swear. I'm sleeping.
Please don't look at me. Please don't look at me.
Later, CJ stood on the bridge, calling out to any spirits. Suddenly, the atmosphere grew thick, and distant sounds of movement echoed. Something unseen felt dangerously close. Someone was at that bridge. CJ hurried back to the van, only for the banging on the windows to start again.
Actual shadow figure crossing from right to left.
Have you really?
I swear.
When?
Dude, I swear. This was probably 2 years ago.
Okay.
I'll roll that clip right now.
Whoa, 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 what the? You! Hey, dude, hey!
Could be my eyes, but I'm pretty sure that's what I saw.
Alright, for everybody listening in right now, I don't know why I'm doing what I'm doing, but I'm doing
I think you get some more light.
I'm going no flashlight.
The best I can do.
But I feel compelled to walk down here for whatever reason. I don't know why.
I can barely see him. I can't even see him with my eyes, so. This is so stupid. He's so far away right now, too.
Alright, I'm standing right here on the middle of the bridge.
I can't see him. I have no idea where he is right now. You can just see the road markers.
If there's any spirits, good or evil,
Exactly right there.
I want you to come and join us tonight while we sleep. Watch us, scare us, show us how powerful you really are.
Oh! Me!
What was that?
Okay.
The source was invisible, yet the noise was never ending. Something sinister was trying to get them out of that place.
Oh, it's not the van. Right now.
I'm getting to my floor is what I'm doing. Come on, man. There's got to be somebody out there with us. There's got to be somebody, right?
You want to go out there and look? Because I don't.
No, I'm on the floor. I'm not getting up until the morning, Chris.
What do I do with the camera?
By morning, both of them were shaken but unharmed. They left with a deeper respect for Burnt Bridge and the sinister forces that call it home. With that being said, let's move on to our next horrifying camping encounter. On May 1st, 2023, it was a night of terror in Arizona's high country. He was camping alone in Arizona's quiet forests when a woman's scream broke the silence of the woods. Thinking someone might need help, he stepped out of his RV, but before he could look around, gunshots rang out.
Do you need help?
He rushed back inside, locking the door. Moments later, heavy footsteps circled the RV. Then came the worst sound, the door being forced open. He hid, barely breathing as the intruder moved through the RV.
I just heard the bay door open. But the alarm went off and I think it scared him off.
That night, the forest's calm turned into a haunting memory he would never forget. Whether it's strange noises, eerie figures, or unexplainable events, the wilderness can hold secrets that leave even the bravest shaken. Each story serves as a chilling reminder to respect the unknown and be prepared for anything when venturing into the great outdoors. Sometimes, the scariest part of camping isn't the wild animals. It's what you can't see or explain. What would you do if you woke up in the middle of the night, only to find something watching you from the darkness? These chilling camping encounters caught on camera might make you think twice before your next trip into the wild. On December 20th, 2021, on the Appalachian Trail, Virginia, it was the day before Thanksgiving when Phil, a professional hiker, decided to hike and camp overnight on the Appalachian Trail near his home in Virginia. The crisp air and quiet woods seemed perfect for an escape from his busy life. But from the very start of this trail, strange things began to happen.
So the hike's been awesome so far. I mean, I've only been out for about half hour. River behind me, really pretty day. As I was walking up, I saw some trash in the trail, and I came across this. So some Bud Light cans, plastic bat, some writing on some of this garbage. This one. Hangman is coming down from the gallows. Song lyrics. Other weird things. Well, hopefully I don't get murdered out here. That would totally ruin my day. Well, let's keep going.
While walking the trail, he spotted trash scattered across the ground. Beer cans, scraps of paper, and odd scribbles. One piece had the words, "Hangman is coming down from the gallows." It felt wrong, like someone wanted to send a warning. But it was not the only note that was left for him here.
The weirdness continues. What the hell?
What do you think it is? Turn the flash off a little bit. No. Whatever it is, I want to fucking see it. What is that? Should I throw a firework at it? Let's try to see what that is. Why did we go first? Oh, fuck. What is that? Do you hear that? Do you hear that? What is that? Dude, what is that? We need to get the hell out of here. I'm not getting near that. I'm not getting near that. Dude, we gotta get the hell out of here. No.
Okay, well that was really weird. So as I was hiking toward the shelter, still considering what I was going to do for the night, these two women were hiking in the opposite direction. They had a little dog with them. They asked if I had seen the guy who was leaving the notes. I said he has a campsite down by the river because I could hear the fire going. I could see where his tarp was set up. He was actually just sitting on a rock down there. They were shocked I was still considering camping out there, but I decided that I didn't really feel like it, and plus they said that they were kind of freaked out and asked if I would go with them and walk past his campsite so they could get back to their car. So I did, and then when I got back to my truck, I went over to the other side of the road, drove up like a Forest Service road, and I'm actually on the Appalachian Trail, just going the opposite direction. So instead of going instead of going south, now I'm going north. But I'm just gonna find the closest camp spot to where I'm at because the sun is going down, and set up camp and, yeah, settle in.
Later, 2 hikers appeared on the trail, shaken and warning him about the man by the river. They seemed scared enough to ask him to escort them back to their car. After helping them, he chose to camp elsewhere, driving to a new trailhead and setting up camp far from the river.
I'm gonna check out the shelter log here. I hang out by the fire. Almost every shelter on the Appalachian Trail has a shelter log where people write in their trail names and what's going on. They can write whatever they want in there. So it's kind of cool tradition here. So let's see what this one says. Little engine, back section. Hiking again finally. Great day on the AT. This was in August. Huh. Someone left some PBRs here, I guess. It's nice and little trail magic. Some comics and writing and stuff. Alright, let's see what's happened recently. Holy crap. Wait a second. Hold on, I'm adjust the camera here. This writing looks almost exactly like the writing that was on that garbage a couple of miles from here. Let's see if this makes any sense. Sorry if the lighting's bad. I'm just gonna see what it says. Cleaned the outhouse. Picked up trash. Collected wood for others. See Charlie Daniels' Simple Man lyrics, which I used in 2013 Facebook post. And note the rope I found with the silicone sealant can 2 miles south of that. I left it on a stump. In 2018, while I was incarcerated at the Okaloosa County Jail. What the heck? In solitary confinement, I figured the following out. Refer to Isaiah 28:15 through 9.
As he settled in for the night at a different shelter, the unease didn't leave. While flipping through a trail logbook, he noticed the same strange handwriting as before. The writings rambled about Bible verses, politics, and weird messages. A shiver ran down his spine. The man had been there, too.
Okay. Emergency press conference. So I thought it would be a fun little thing to look at the Johns Hollow shelter log. That's where I'm staying, Johns Hollow shelter. And just check out trail names and what people's experiences were on the trail. And it was fun at first. But man, once I came across that guy's writing, it was so weird. It was like, I felt like I was, I don't know, the plot continues or something. You open it up and it's like, that writing looks familiar. Oh my gosh, it's the same writing as that guy that's 3 miles away that I hiked this far away to get away from the dude. And now, yeah, man, I guess he was just here a few days ago. Ranting, it's like music lyrics and political stuff and, you know, talking about people leaving trash and just weird rants and Bible quotes, and it's just like all over the place. Kind of sketchy, kind of weird. It's just really weird to have that feeling of like relaxation, like I'm away, I'm here, I'm hanging out in the woods by myself. And then to read that, it's just kind of like, oh, that's a little odd. At least he seemed to be settled down for the night in his weird camp spot there by the river. So I feel like he's not going to come up here, hopefully.
Later, as he lay in his tent, every crack of a branch and rustle of leaves outside felt louder. Then he heard movement at the shelter, a heavy sound, unmistakably human. He froze. The footsteps didn't come closer, but wandered near the shelter.
What the hell is going on here? I'm in the shelter. I'm packing up my stuff to go into my tent, and they have these things that they put in shelters a lot to hang your food bag from, so like mice can't get to it. Look at this one. What do you know? Same handwriting as the one in the book, and that garbage on the trail from that same dude. So it says, watch out for yeet mouse. The dead do walk and talk. Like, what the hell is going on? Alright, I'm going to go into my tent now. So I'm in my tent now. Fire's been put out. All my gear's in here. I'm a little on edge. I keep watching the hill behind the shelter to see if I see a headlamp coming down there. The hike in here, there was nobody. There's no cars along the side of that Forest Service road except mine. It was super quiet here. I haven't heard any sign of a person at all. I hear animals up in the woods, but yeah, I don't know. I still have my shoes on. I guess in case I have to run. Man, I think this is a combination of the weird dude down the trail and his cryptic writings that I keep finding everywhere, and also in the woods, your mind plays games with you. Every sound, every light is something to be concerned about. So, just gonna hunker down in here for a little bit and see what happens. Okay.
Head over heels in fear, he packed quickly, leaving no trace, and started hiking back to his car. The trail stretched endlessly in the dark. He kept looking over his shoulder, terrified the light of a headlamp might follow.
Sleeping bag. But man, every crack and crunch I hear outside of an animal walking by or a branch breaking, I don't know, it's just like, it's freaking me out. So I'm gonna try to get some more sleep here, and yeah, hopefully I just kind of pass out. There's really nothing to be worried about. It's just like, it's just a weird night, you know? Okay, I'm out on the trail. It's the middle of the night. I was down in my tent, not asleep, kind of just like lying there staring at the tent walls, listening to all the sounds, and then I heard somebody down by the shelter. So at first I had to convince myself it wasn't what I thought I heard, but it definitely was somebody down there. So I didn't even wait to see or go down to see who it was, see if it was like a bunch of teenage girls or something. I don't know. I was just like,
Finally, he reached his truck, climbed in, and drove away, leaving the woods behind. The silence of the night stayed with him, and he knew he wouldn't return to that part of the trail ever again. With that being said, let's move on to our second disturbing forest encounter. On July 27th, 2022, in Bradford, West Yorkshire. The woods in Bradford had always been this camper's favourite camping spot, quiet, sheltered, and seemingly perfect. But this time, something was different. The camper arrived to find the area trashed, with burnt mattresses, broken branches, and scattered rubbish. The peaceful site was no longer the haven it once was. Little did he know, this place was now covered with the secrets he was about to witness.
Last time I was down here about 3 months ago, so I haven't been down since then. And obviously, get off. Ruin it for everyone, don't they? It's a right shithole. Right, I'm gonna get cleaned up a bit and get set up. Oh, it started raining now as well. I've half got the tent up, look. But I have brought a tarp with me as well. So I need to get this up.
After cleaning up, he set up camp. The fire glowed as the night deepened, and soon disturbing sounds filled the air. It started with the snapping of twigs, distant but very loud. Then came a low growling noise, unnatural and terrifying. It echoed through the trees, sending chills down their spine. The sound wasn't of any known animal, certainly not in England.
I had all sorts planned tonight as well, but it got dark pretty quick.
The noises grew louder, followed by loud splashes of water in the nearby stream. Whatever it wasn't visible by the firelight. Shadows were all around the edges of the camp, just out of sight. The camper tried to brush it off by saying that it might be wind or someone playing a prank, but deep down, he knew this wasn't a trick. Something sinister was trying to disturb his peace of mind.
I'll see you at morning. What the? What the fuck is that? Come on, it's once for. Oh, I've got to be fucking with us, haven't they? Holy f***. Put my boots on.
a strange light appeared, hovering briefly by the hammock. It moved unnaturally, with what looked like wings and faint glowing patterns. The camper's heart froze in fear as he grabbed his knife, only for defense. The growling stopped, replaced by a heavy silence. Then, a loud crash shattered the stillness, as if something huge had stepped closer.
Wind or what? Am I paranoid? I think my mind's playing tricks on me. Excuse you.
The camper didn't wait to see what it was. Gathering his gear in a rush, he left the site, the eerie noises following them until the valley opened into the road. Bradford's Woods, once a peaceful retreat, had become a nightmare. He vowed never to return. Let's move on to our third disturbing clip. On April 9th, 2024, in a haunted forest in Quebec. The forest near Lacta in Quebec had always been surrounded by rumors of spirits. Locals claimed about whispers in the trees and shadows that seemed alive. With all curiosity and questions in his mind, he decided to explore the forest for himself, armed with his spirit box to conduct his first ever EVP session. Little did he know, he was about to regret his decision to ever come here.
The outdoors. And today, I bought something very special. I bought myself a spirit box. Something I've been wanting to do for a long time now, but never had the chance, or perhaps the courage. Well, what better way to test my new device into going in this haunted forest? I'm just gonna start right away by turning it on. And sometimes we might be lowering the volume, just listen to our surroundings, but I'm mainly just going to keep this thing on. Turn it on.
FM mode.
We're going to have to switch the mode.
AM mode.
Let's forward it. And this is the speed of the channel where it's going to be. I'm going to start scanning right about now. Let's do it.
The sun had already set, and it was dark all around the forest. Tall trees were bending over him, their twisted branches blocking out most of the moonlight. It was a suffocating quiet, broken only by the occasional rustling of leaves, though no breeze touched his skin. Every step felt heavier, as if the forest didn't want him there.
Can you repeat that? Crap. I'd be a liar if I wouldn't say I'm a little spooked right now. Is anyone here with me?
He stopped in a small clearing, set up his spirit box, and let it scan the airwaves. At first, there was nothing but static. Minutes passed, and the cold began to bite at him. Then, a faint voice crackled through the noise. It hurts. He was completely frozen in fear.
I keep thinking I'm hearing behind you. I seriously hope that's not what I'm hearing. Are you saying there's someone behind me? I hate when it goes like that. Gives me a bit of anxiety. Hello? You can talk to me, it's all right. I don't scare easy. You can tell me whatever you want. I want to see if I put it on this rock here and I just leave it be. I'm going to put a box right here. Put a box right here. You can go up to it and say anything you want. I'm going to step away from it.
The session grew more intense. As he asked more questions, the responses became clearer. A chilling laugh echoed through the static, and his blood ran cold. At one point, he asked for a name. The box replied sharply, Robin. The sound wasn't human. It was distorted, almost like a growl mixed with a whisper.
Can you tell me your name? Been hearing that woman's voice quite a lot. Is there anything you want to tell me? What do you want to tell me?
He decided he'd had enough. Packing up his equipment, he hurried back toward the trailhead, but the forest seemed to stretch endlessly. The whispers now seemed to come from all directions, and shadows danced just out of his sight. His heart raced as he finally found the edge of the forest and stumbled into the open air.
I'm leaving now. Do not follow me. I repeat, do not follow me, please. A little longer than I thought this forest is. Little mental break here.
Later, reviewing the footage, he noticed things he hadn't picked up on during the session. Low voices murmured things he couldn't understand, and faint apparitions moved in the background. The words, "It hurts," and "Robin," were unmistakable.
Okay, get a hold of yourself.
The experience left him shaken. Though he had always believed in the paranormal, he had never expected to face it so directly. Whatever was out there, it was better left undisturbed. With that being said, let's move on to our fourth piece of footage. On May 19th, 2024, in Woodland, Newcastle. He agreed to camp overnight in a haunted woodland in Newcastle for £300, with the money going to a food bank charity. It seemed like a small price to pay for helping families in need, but as the camp started, the woods began to feel anything but charitable.
But yeah, these are the old gate posts. As you can see, they've got a lot of age to them. And there's another two there. But this is the main one. There's another one just pushing out from Malt Nettles and stuff in that direction. There's another bit of woodland there, but that's private woodland. I'm trying to get permission for all that in there, but it's really hard at the moment. So we need to go up here. I'm going to show you the footpath, then we know there's a footpath here in case anybody talks about that on the video. So there's one footpath, and then we get some more coming over here up into that direction, and then we get one going down here as well. Now this does seem to run bang on down the side.
The woodland wasn't vast, but its eerie stillness made it feel endless. Tall trees stood silent, and faint whispers of wind stirred the leaves. The spot had a reputation for strange occurrences, things that couldn't be explained away. He brushed those thoughts aside as he set up his hammock and camouflaged himself under the canopy. He reminded himself of the purpose, which was raising money for a good cause.
Oh God, that scared the hell out of me. Whew, that made me jump. And there's some more here. Wow, I need to remember that's there when it gets dark. Would have think somebody's stood there watching me out. As you can see down there, the woodland. This goes on down that direction. It's not a massive piece of woodland at all, but this is where I was last time it first happened. So this is where we're going to be. I just remembered, I've been back here once off.
As the night deepened, the surroundings grew eerily quiet. He sat in the dim light, listening. A faint metallic jingle broke the silence, followed by the distinct crunch of footsteps on dried leaves. His pulse quickened as he scanned his surroundings. There were no cows in the field this time. and no explanation for the sound.
I'm actually talking like something is going to happen. I hope something doesn't happen. Then I can easily do tonight and get the £300 and give it to that food bank charity. That would be amazing. So tonight I brought out some pre-boiled water, and I've got about 4 cups of this for drinks through the evening. Like I say, I'm just limiting out everything what people said it could have been. See, that was like the noise I heard last time. Let's check around, because this is one thing what someone said I didn't do last time. I hope you heard that as well as me. Apart from that black rub, there's no, I don't know. You can hear noise in the background, I get that in the distance. But this with that walking noise again, or a walking noise, or with a crunching noise, something like that.
A sudden, sharp noise echoed from deeper in the woods, like branches snapping underfoot. The sound was too deliberate to be an animal. It sounded like soft murmurs in the distance. The woodland seemed to close in on him, the trees pressing closer.
I don't see any cows in the field. So that was just once, okay? Last time I think it happened 3 times, and then I bottled it. I just went home. It definitely sounded like the previous time. You know, like that jingle of metal. I had like a jingle of metal as well then.
As he lay in his hammock, he couldn't shake the sensation of being watched. Shadows shifted unnaturally at the edges of his vision. He convinced himself it was his mind playing tricks until he heard the jingle again. Much closer this time.
Face when they walk out with food when they need it. So that's what I'm concentrating on in my head right now, is the joy the £300 is going to do to the people who need it for food banks. See, we had a kid then. Let's bear that in mind. So that's my concentration about this evening, is how much that money will make a difference to somebody. And I'll never get the picture out of my head of that lady either, at all. So we're starting to lose daylight now, so I'm going to set my hammock up. The reason why I'm using a hammock is, if I hear anything, it's a quick, easy look over, see what's around. If I'm in a tent, I have to unzip the door. It's a little bit longer. In a hammock, it's very, very easier. Just look over, have a look around. No? Fair dues.
His thoughts turned to the stories locals had shared. Some said the land held spirits from battles long past. Others spoke of lingering echoes of people who had wandered into the woods and never returned. The air grew colder, biting against his skin as if unseen eyes were watching his every move.
You know the noise of the digging, like, and then it'll stop, and then it'll do it again. But I'm not sure if there's moles here. I've not seen no mole holes, but that is one possibility what could be it, you know, the digging of the mole under the ground. Another one with trees rubbing it together. There was a lot of trees close by here, so that is a possibility. There's a lot of trees. Another one with birds, you know, making weird mating noises and stuff like that. Badgers, even rats. One of them said the rat noises can make like weird sounds like that. So I have looked up everything, but there's one thing I have realised is, yeah, the other thing that I've seen is you can psychologically make yourself scared by overthinking something, and then even though...
Around midnight, he heard the unmistakable sound of footsteps circling his camp. He froze, his breath shallow, heart pounding in his chest. When he dared to look, there was nothing there, but the feeling of something nearby refused to fade.
Can hear it as well. If you guys heard it and I heard it when I play it back, then it's there. If I hear it and I play it back and it's not there, then yeah, your mind can do that. So much to think about, isn't there? But I do want to take my mind off it, I really do. I'm going to nip onto YouTube and I'm going to watch a couple of Mrs. Brown boys, and I'll hopefully see you in a little bit. Oh yeah, and one other thing, me and Adam in the wild found an abandoned village, and apparently you can camp on it. I'm going by what Adam says, and there's a lot of stories of ghosts and stuff there, so we're planning on going to this abandoned village and spending an overnight there. So if that's something you want to see, please hit that subscribe button, because I feel like these sort of videos people do enjoy to watch. And when I'm not absolutely bricking myself, I enjoy making them as well. But you imagine staying in an abandoned village one night. That's going to be fantastic. Right, so everywhere's quieting down now. You can hear the birds. I've heard the foxes as well. There's a bit of light here. I've heard no specifically what scares the hell out of me. I want to get some sleep. It's 11:15. It's amazing how time flies. What happens from...
Exhausted but relieved, he packed his things and left no trace behind, grateful to see the woodland fade into the rearview mirror. Though he raised the money for the food bank, he promised himself to never camp there again. Some places, he realized, were better left alone. Moving on to our fifth disturbing encounter. On the 11th of February, 2024 in Jaywick, England, this stealth camper settled in his van after a day of exploring the coastal town of Jaywick. It wasn't his first adventure camping in solitude, but something about this spot felt uneasy. The streets were quiet, the kind of silence that warns. He parked in what seemed like a haunting area, surrounded by the pitch-black emptiness of the night.
I've seen a few boy racers doing donuts at the mini roundabout up there. That mini motorbike that was running earlier on has been firing up again. I don't know if I feel this car park or not. When I started cooking dinner, there was a few cars parked around me. There was a van over there. And now I am the only one in this car park, and I wonder why. I'm going to follow my gut instinct. I'm not parking here tonight. Just got a feeling about it. And I think when you have that feeling, best thing you can do is move on. Right, okay. I'll look for park for night. Find a lovely little spot that isn't too far from where I am right now, and see if I can get my head down for the night. I don't think I'm going to be able to relax properly here.
As the hours crept past, he began to relax enjoying a simple meal and the stillness. The curtains were drawn, and the van's interior offered a small sense of safety, but at 2 a.m., that fragile peace was shattered by footsteps crunching on the gravel outside. They were moving around the van very slowly, like a predator stalking its prey. He held his breath, listening as the handle of the door rattled. Someone was trying to get in.
Is on our way back to Shrewsbury. I'll see you in the morning. Hey! Right, whoever the that was has now gone. I'm gonna get out of here. Oh my god.
His heart raced and panic surged. The next sound was a sharp crack. The front window exploded, scattering shards of glass across the dashboard. Outside, the intruder's shadowy figure loomed, reaching for something. A fridge covered in the front of the van. It wasn't random. They had a target.
Where's my phone? I didn't want to leave you guys on a cliffhanger before I ended that video. As you can see, I didn't film a huge amount towards the end, but what happened directly after the last clip? Well, to say I was scared, you-know-whatless, would be an understatement. I wasn't exactly concentrating on, should I film this, should I film that, so there wasn't really a lot to film afterwards. I just, quite frankly, just wanted to go home. I was really, I wasn't in a good mind space. After cleaning a little bit of broken glass from my driver's seat and the dashboard, you'd be surprised how far glass goes when it smashes. I've been finding little bits everywhere, but the van was in no fit state to continue camping in, and nor was my headspace, should we say. So I made the long journey back home. I think it was a good three and a half hour drive back to my house in Shrewsbury. Got there just before sunrise. Not a pleasant drive to say the least. Thankfully, the weather was quite kind to me and it wasn't raining, but you would not believe how cold it was in that front cab. Even with the fans on full, with the heat up high, it was impossible to stay warm. But I eventually got home. I was able to do a makeshift.
The incident left him shaken and his van damaged. This was unlike any of his previous camping adventures. Though hundreds of successful outings had made him feel secure, this night was a stark reminder of the dangers that can wander in isolation. Jaywick would forever be etched in his memory as the site of his worst stealth camping experience. He vowed to choose his spots more carefully, hoping never to face such terror again. With that being said, let's move on to our sixth eerie encounter. On February 14th, 2022, somewhere in the snow-covered woods, it was just past 4:30 a.m., deep in the silent, frosty woods, when a loud knock woke the camper inside his van. The sound came from near his head, deliberate and chilling in the quiet of the early morning. She froze in fear, her heart racing, unable to process who or what would be knocking at such an hour.
Somebody's back here again. I hear footprints. Hello? How can I help you? It's 4:30 in the morning. I don't feel safe. Who are you? So, it's now 4:57, but at 4:37, so like 20 minutes ago, I was in a dead sleep, and I was woken from a knock, like right where my head is, ironically. So I was like frozen. I looked at the time, and it was very strange to me, like who would be knocking on the van at 4:30 in the morning. So by the second knock, I believe it was second, could be the third knock, and they would knock 3 times every time. I just mustered, hello? And no one...
A second knock followed, then a third. The knocking came in eerie patterns, deliberate and slow. The camper's thoughts were confused. Was it someone seeking help? Or was it something more sinister? Peeking outside, she caught a glimpse of a figure on a bicycle. The person moved eerily, circling the van before disappearing into the shadow of the trees.
Answer. The person was on a bike, like a pedal bike, like a 10-speed bike, a mountain bike or something, and they were up the drive. And so I just came and lied back down and trying to register what the hell just happened, who was that, what did they want, what were their intentions, and all I could think about is they were probably planning on robbing what was ever inside the van. So I just kind of like went back to sleep, or lied back down, went back to bed, I should say. And about 15 minutes later, I hear it again, like a knock on the side of my van again. How can I help you? And they say, I got a question for you. And I said, it's 4:30 in the morning. I don't feel safe. And so I quietly got up and I went to the front and I peeked out and parked way up on the drive. All I could see is like headlights, and then they backed out and went and left. So
15 minutes later, the knocks returned. This time they were louder, coming from the side of the van. The camper felt the suffocating grip of fear as she peeked outside again. She saw headlights in the entrance, and then the vehicle reversed and vanished into the darkness.
I'm not feeling so safe, you know? I just don't even know what to make of it. Like, what were they thinking? I do sleep with this beside my bed. And, I never thought that I would have to pull it out or grab it. And I did. I hear footprints. Hear that? Yeah, somebody was just here again 3 times now. The third time I looked out, they were walking on foot. I seen them walking and they hid behind the tree there. And then they went to a car. The same car that was here earlier. Well, that was back, and then it backed away and left again. 3 times in one night. This time, they didn't knock though. They were just walking around. I could hear them walking around the van. But I'm not feeling so safe. Like, I'm just feeling like, I don't know. So I come out this morning and you can see footprints. Look at this one. This is mine. I'll show you. There's mine. See? Right here. Look. Somebody spilled 2 of my water bottles right there. 8 liters of water gone, but I don't know why. I don't know why they were, look, see? And then over here.
When dawn finally came, the camper stepped out to investigate. Footprints surrounded the van, some deep in the snow where the mysterious figure had stood, close enough to feel threatening. Nearby, he found spilled water bottles, 8 liters of water poured into the snow for no apparent reason.
These are like literally footprints. I never go there. If I collect my snow, I go right on this path and I cross over here, and that's my spot right there. But look, they were actually, there's some more. Look at that. They came here, they were standing here, as you can see. Look at the footprints though, look at that, that's massive.
That night left him haunted, the events replaying in his mind. Every knock, every footprint, and every distant headlight felt like a message. The safety of her van had always been her safe place. Now, it felt fragile and exposed. She had to be more cautious, but deep down, she couldn't forget the lingering sense that he wasn't just being visited that night. She was being watched. Let's move on to our 7th disturbing encounter. On January 26, 2024, in the dead of night, the camper went deep into the snow-covered forest, determined to set up a stealth camp far off the hiking path. The ground was soaked, and distant echoes of nature added an eerie atmosphere to his trip in isolation.
Way, but ow. Son of, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a fire going either. I brought everything I need to start a fire, but oh, this looks nice up here. I brought everything I need to start a fire, but everything's literally soaked. This looks pretty nice up here. I think we're gonna call this home for the evening. Looks pretty dry, well, relatively. What do you know? This looks like a tent or a tarp. That kind of sketches me out. So that's the remains of a tent and a tarp. That means somebody's camped back here before. Now, it could have just been some young punks smoking dope. Or it could have been like an Asian Tony type character, maybe Asian Tony himself. That kind of sketches me out. I don't like the vibe I got seeing that. That gives me a weird vibe. Super weird vibe.
He had already started feeling the horrors of this forest. The campsite was tucked behind trees, with a tent placed in between these trees. But from the very beginning, something felt wrong.
Somebody just walked by. I don't know if they had a dog or not, but they definitely didn't see me, but I could barely see them. The tent does not sit high at all. I've been sitting on my pelly case. It was while I was eating, just finishing up eating. I don't know why, I'm just spooked. I haven't been saying that, but I've been spooked since I got here. I keep feeling like somebody's watching me. And then seeing that person. I know it's a public park, but still. Alright. Alright, well, darkest hours of the day. I'm pretty much settled in. Everything's organized, put away. Gonna take the pelly case inside with me. I don't know.
As the camper tried to relax, an uneasy feeling grew stronger. It felt like someone was watching from the shadows of the forest. Faint footsteps echoed in the frozen roots, and whispers seemed to come from nowhere. Someone was moving at the edge of his sight, and the thick fog made everything feel tighter. He was frozen in fear at this moment.
I just have this strange feeling back here. Somebody else walked by. I don't think they saw me, but they were close enough to where they could see me. Even with the low light now and this fog, it's kind of just like a shadow creature thing. Obviously it was a person, looked like a dude. but yeah, I don't like that. So it's very eerie out here. Everything's all wet, but it should be nice and dry in here.
Then there was a sound, a soft tap, like someone walking around the tent. The taps turned into loud, obvious sounds. Fear gripped the camper as something began pulling at the tent, trying to collapse it.
There's somebody, hang on. I don't know if they could see it or not through the tent. I don't think so. I'm leaning right up against the light, but somebody's walking around out there very close to the tent. Somebody's out there. I don't know if they're coming this way or just walking around out there. I can't tell. Somebody's definitely walking around out there, though. Hang on. I don't want to leave the light on in case they can see in here. I think the fly is thick enough that they can't see the light, but still, I'm leaning right up against the lantern, so you can only just barely see my face.
All right, I don't like this. Hello? Hello? They're touching my tent. Stop.
They're right outside the tent.
Hello? I'm in here. Hello? 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 All right, I'm getting the f*** out of here. Hello? Hello? I don't know what the f*** this is, but we're getting out of here. Hang on. Hello? Okay, they're walking away now. What do you want? What do you want? I have a knife. Where's my knife? You're f***ing with me. With me here. Holy crap, get away, what do you want?
With his heart racing, he crawled out and tried to look at who was doing this, stumbling over roots and rocks. The fog grew heavier and heavier. He was just able to see their shadow. Each step was harder, the air colder, but finally, the camper found a path and ran towards safety.
Brett, I can hear you. I hear you. All right, I don't know which way to go. How the hell do I get out of here? All right, I don't know how to get out of here. All right, this is how the do I get out of here? Hang on, let me see if they're. Stay away from me! They're coming behind me. I don't know what they're doing. They could just be around. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. They're at my campsite. I see them. I see you reflecting off my tent. Leave my shit alone! All right, I'm getting out of here. You can have it. How do I? Which way? Here. Okay. Ah.
He was soaked, scratched, and trembling. What had once been a peaceful getaway now felt like a waking nightmare. The camper swore never to return to that dark, haunted place where humans following him were far more dangerous than ghosts.
Ow! 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 Oh, I'm soaked. I'm soaked. Oh God. It's the fourth time. I swear, if I had a firearm, I probably would have used it by now. Oh my God, my nerves are shot. Adrenaline. Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh man, I hope my phone isn't drenched. My phone is soaked.
My phone is soaked. I can't run anymore. I'm close. Got it. Ow. Ow. My ankle and my knee.
With this disturbing encounter coming to an end, let's move on to our 8th piece of footage. On June 14th, 2016, a camping trip turned into a nightmare. The annual bro camping adventure began like any other, friends adventuring with gear, laughter, and plans for a fun weekend in the woods. They picked a spot near a state park, deep in the wilderness. Despite initial setbacks with a closed campground, they found a secluded area after a long search. It was perfectly quiet, surrounded by trees and far from civilization.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Vanishing. Colton! Ah, it's the day you've all been waiting for. It's the annual bro camping trip. We're here with Austin, Andrew, Aaron, Jesh, Colton, Laris, and we're meeting Jacob. Big Jake's is coming along, so we got to drive to the campsite, which is about 2 hours away, and get this adventure going. Groceries time. Bananas. Very good. 5 is good.
That's all I bought right there. That's all I bought right there.
Because there's 3 refunds. Wait, yeah, that's why.
Literally the longest receipt on earth. 3 items, you said?
13 items. It takes up from right here to here. That's all it is. And then I got all this.
Extra notes. Andrew stopping to get gas. Not sure what this man is doing.
Who is that?
I don't know.
He looks lost. We should ask him what's going on.
Can we help you, sir?
Yes. Andy's car is broken.
Oh.
No gas is going in the tank.
You serious?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It just keeps like backflowing.
What?
I don't know. I don't know exactly what.
As the group set up camp, everything seemed normal. Tents were pitched, a fire was started, and the air was filled with the smell of bison burgers cooking. They joked, explored, and even flew a drone over the tree. It was just another carefree camping trip.
Already got a fire pit, so it's perfect.
Sunscreen.
Look at that, the tent's up. Andrew and Jess just put the tent up. Colton, Aaron, and I have actually been getting lots of wood and setting up the fire pit. Andrew's getting the canopy ready. And
Justin has been doing nothing but filming, so.
This is the first time I got the camera out.
Here you go.
I'm joking.
Jacob, being Jacob, didn't bring any food with him because he thought. Or underwear or other clothes to change in for reasons I don't know why. But Austin, Laris, and Jacob left to go into town to get some food. They're gonna be back probably in like 2 hours.
Food and undies.
I mean, the closest town is an hour away, right, Josh? Oh yeah. Yeah.
So look, the whole camp's gonna be set up perfectly for dinner when they get back.
Yep.
Basically. Bring underwear though. That's he said he worked straight up till he came, so there's no way you could have underwear with him. This is definitely a 4-person job in the room though.
This is taking about how long now?
Okay.
Ready?
Let's go.
We flew the drone way over there to some other campers. We're doing a little spying.
Here we are. So fun.
But as night fell, the forest changed. The atmosphere felt eerie, and the friendly rustling of leaves became something darker. The group began to hear strange sounds, sticks breaking, faint knocking, and what sounded like something heavy moving through the trees. They dismissed it at first, laughing it off as animals or the wind.
Fire. What was that sound?
I don't know. I think there's a Bigfoot here.
Whoa. As you guys know, every camping trip we usually play night crawlers, where people go wandering off into the woods without anyone else noticing, and then make sounds, throw sticks, like try to attack the base. Did you guys hear that?
I heard it. What was that?
Let's go take a look. It's probably super dark, you can't see me, but that's okay. They're out here, guys. I don't know. Laris and I are trying to find them.
I see something moving out there though. The light is blinding me.
That's Austin.
What is it? Oh, it is Austin.
Scary out here in the woods all by yourself. Whoa. Nothing. Huh?
Did you not see me?
I thought I saw something over there, but then you didn't move. Wow, look at the moon.
Then came the growling, a low, unnatural sound that echoed through the woods. It reminded one of them of something from a horror movie. The noise didn't stop. It grew louder, as if something wanted them to hear.
It's cool. Alright, I'm in night mode. They're up here somewhere. I'm gonna find these guys in the woods. I think I hear something up here. It's just a tree. I don't know where they are. They gotta be around here somewhere. Ow. What's that sound? What the crap? There's something up here. I've traced the sound to this part of the forest where I think there might be something. What? What was that? Whoa!
Take him hostage. Ow, just get rid of me. Don't let me go, you idiot. Ow.
By now, the group felt uneasy, but they stayed close to the fire, trying to focus on their food and gossip. However, the sound seemed to circle them, moving from one side of the campsite to the other. When a loud thud came from just beyond the tree line, one of the campers grabbed a flashlight and aimed it into the darkness. The beam revealed nothing but dense trees. By dawn, they packed up in a hurry, leaving behind a trip they would never forget.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, gotcha.
Vlog camera.
No, I didn't.
Justin was looking all over that. He started crying.
I know.
Where was that?
It was just, it was on my car console.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you guys finally came to bed.
What are you guys doing? Ow! In here.
Go through the zipper, you freak. Jake, you have to put your food away. Yeah, you guys have to go back out.
We crawled all the way from the bank all the way to the campfire, and you guys didn't see us.
What?
Yep.
I wanted to look, but these
What was supposed to be a weekend of fun turned into a night filled with fear, leaving them with a haunting question. What was out there in the woods? And why did it feel like it wanted them gone? With this question still tingling in our minds, let's move on to our next footage. On December 15th, 2009, this boy and his friends were camping at Golden Ears, expecting nothing more than a peaceful night under the stars. A fun camping adventure for all your friends sounds very entertaining, right? But things were about to take a horrifying turn.
Okay, I'm recording as of now.
First, just some beer cans, so he was drinking.
But those are ours.
No, they're not.
Bud Light
I think
Lime.
they are.
The other one didn't look like ours.
You know, all of our videos are just going to look like a Blair Witch Project. Guessing I'm the only one that's seen it.
Thing I've seen.
Liz, this was not the way we took.
Did we go? Oh, we went through this like.
Liz, I don't want to do this.
No, we went through here. We went through the grove.
Wait, what's the underwear?
What?
The underwear.
We haven't reached it yet.
Okay. I didn't know if it was.
Wait, have we reached it yet?
I don't even know.
Wait, no, this is the fire, so we already passed the underwear.
Let's keep going.
Okay. So this is the fire that had the candle inside. Or there's the candle.
Let's give a shot of that, Nikki. Nikki? Fire that had the candle inside.
That's the candle.
Oh, I see the candle.
Yeah, see? It's one of those like tea light things.
As they explored the beach, they stumbled upon strange, weird things. A candle burning inside a makeshift fire pit. a noose hanging from a nearby tree, and an old pillow left on a log. There's no reason why these things should be placed here. But the scariest part was yet to come.
So they saw it okay.
I'm sure you'll be able to... There it is. Okay, I got the candle. No, no one's going to sneak up on us. We're in a dark, secluded area of the woods with only flashlights and beer. We're fine.
And no one knows where we are.
Yeah, we're fine.
We're not going to be very good at sneaking.
No, no, Craig and Colin know where we are.
Yeah, we told them.
We'll be fine.
We just walked.
Whoa! Was not expecting a cliff. Holy fuck, the stream is going now.
And the water bottle. Wait, wasn't the silly string up there? The wacky string was up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over there. Yeah.
Oh, I never went over there.
Well, there's wacky string up there.
Okay, well, let's just go to the pillow and the noose.
You guys know I'm gonna go home.
Whoa. Homeless guy grabbed me for a second. No, come with us. You've got the light. You have to come with us.
No, go back
Grab
by
my
yourself, Nikki. That's about 10 times scarier.
That's true. The person waiting alone never has a good time. They get their close-up and death scene.
And I'm not sure I can find all the clues myself, Nikki.
You know how awesome that would be if he's actually there? Ow! Your nails have to go away right now. With the pillow on it. Did you guys find the pillow? The pillow's on the log up here. Right there, see?
Nikki, the sunglasses are gone. No. Okay, there they are. Okay, good. Oh,
There's-
that pillow.
There's the pillow, guys.
Okay. We came, we saw, we turned
Oh, wait, the
back.
noose.
Wait, what about the whip?
The most chilling discovery was a grave site that hadn't been there earlier in the day. A tombstone with an inscription. The final gift sent shivers down through this group of friends. It seemed someone's ashes had been scattered nearby.
What? It's a small noose. It's the smell of a noose. That's awesome. We have Fruit Loops.
Really? You didn't eat them?
I didn't touch them because you called them before we bought them.
Oh my god, what is
Is that a sign?
For Mom, 1929 to 1974. We love
you.
Oh my god, wait, another one! One final gift. Scatter me not
To release.
something. My
Pointless.
ashes
My ashes to
to
the
the sky.
sky. Remember now those years
gone. That's
when
probably by when.
in the gifts I gave to you.
Remember now the happy times, something family ties we shared. Don't something my resting.
As the night deepened, an eerie sense of being watched crept over them. They heard branches snapping in the darkness, and every rustle made them jump. Voices were echoing in the forest, but no one was there.
You see? Okay. Hey, don't go too fast. You guys have the flashlights. Well, you guys have the flashlights.
Still recording?
Yeah. I recorded all that crazy stuff. All you can really hear is voices. I think I heard something in the forest or
No,
something.
you did not.
Sounded like breaking branches.
You did hear nothing.
If I was alone right now, I'd probably be shitting myself. Just for the record.
How did you see that before?
I don't know. And when I said I thought it was a sign, I was kidding. I meant it was just a piece of metal, and then you actually said there was a death date on it. You're like screaming.
Oh, that's our music. Don't run, but you have the flashlights, you guys. You can see the car. I think this whole video has to go on Facebook.
Was this just an evil prank played by the boys on the girl just to scare them? Someone was out there, disturbed by their presence. They knew they shouldn't have touched the grave, and now, whatever had been laid to rest wasn't going to let them leave.
That's from 1974.
Hey, isn't that 15 years ago?
Yeah.
I don't know, I thought maybe that meant significantly to somebody, and that would freak them out.
Okay, we need to go like lean against the car and just discuss what just happened. We need to get in the safety of our...
Hey, do you think the squatter was really the dead guy? And the pillow's been there for 15 years?
Okay. Oh my god! Confessional! Oh my god! That wasn't a squatter! That was a ghost! Oh my god! Oh my god! We're gonna die. We were like in their sight! Oh my god! You were the one who was sitting in it! I didn't
You sat in their ashes.
I didn't know it was their ashes when I sat down. I just wanted to read. Liz, turn around. What?
Just to make sure there's no ash on you.
There's no ashes on me. It's 15 years old. They've all like blown away.
Liz, if there's a ghost, it never blows away.
No, they've moved. They moved over to the pillow. Oh my god.
That was the tale.
The girls were scared, but the mystery of the grave remains. With that being said, let's move on to our last disturbing forest encounter. On July 6th, 2017, two young boys were setting off firecrackers in the forest while camping. They thought it was one of the most exciting nights ever. The sound of fireworks echoed throughout the forest, creating a lively atmosphere, but soon the fun turned into a terrible nightmare as things took a frightening turn.
Dude. Yeah, send them off.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th indeed. Are you an idiot? Watch out. That's pretty cool, man.
I wanted it to go up in the air, man.
It's still cool. Yeah. But, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, you go first.
They heard something from the forest and made the regrettable decision to look for where that noise was coming from.
What do you think it is? Turn the flash off a little bit. No. Whatever it is, I don't fucking see it. What is that? Should I throw a firework at it? Let's go see what that is. What is that? Do you hear that? Do you hear that? What is that? Dude, what is that? Let's get the hell out of here. I'm not getting near that. I'm not getting near that. Dude, we gotta get the hell out of here. No.
These two friends kept walking deep in the forest, not knowing what was waiting for them. They didn't realize that they might witness something paranormal in there. They were scared, but still kept walking.
Run. We get the hell out of here. Oh yeah, get it. We need to get the car.
Go get it.
We need to get the car.
No, go see if it's injured.
We need to get the car.
Dude, this is Snap Gold. Go get it. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, man, you got the phone.
Is it still there?
Go! No!
Run! We gotta take the car. What the fuck? What the hell? What the hell? Whoa.
When they finally realized that they might be in danger, they ran for their lives, but still encountered an eerie creature with abnormal limbs running towards them. Did they wake it up from the noises they made? Was it angry with them?
What the fuck? What the hell? What the hell?
This paranormal creature was even throwing something at them. What a horrible night indeed. These terrifying encounters remind us that the wilderness can hide far more than just wildlife. Whether it's strange noises, unsettling sightings, or the feeling of being watched, these campers all learned that some places are better left unexplored. Always stay cautious, because the unknown in the forest might be wandering just beyond our sight. For more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video. Comment below which case you find the most horrifying. Don't forget to press the bell icon for future notifications.